kind of ignore them for now. They're super early. You can see a little dire creeps in there. And this is the rest of the set. Low polyed and a little bit of that start on the armlet on her right arm, and really early on the skirt or her cape as well. Looking pretty cool. And we still have to do the Zbrush for the hair and the front of the skirt with the little emblem and her spear as well. So there's that one. And the other one that we... Actually, this wasn't last stream, this was a few streams ago. The one that we did last stream was the Skywrath. And the Skywrath is for VG Gaming. So here he is, all blocked out. Actually, designed pretty much. And then I started UV mapping it, so that's why you see all these checker maps on there. So here, let me open one that doesn't have that on. Oh, god damn it. To go to an older version. And I didn't have the UVs going, so you guys can see a little bit more of the colors. Fuck me. Let's see if this was far enough. Oh, that's when we're working on the swords. These swords are completely huge, but at least you can see the rest of the colors on this guy. You can see our head item with a way longer mane for his bird mane, I don't know, feathers helmet. And this top part that ended up looking pretty cool. Thank you, Abyss. The back armor section that's holding the wings, or the special effect wings will be coming out from. So these wings are not going to be the ones we'll go with. We'll have, you know, more default wings like this as a backup in case the special effect wings are too much for Valve or for the community. So yeah, it'll be more like special effects wings coming out from their back there. He's got a chain attached with a key going into his heart. He's got dual wielding weapons we'll be making new animations for, and a new skirt with physics on them as well. Actually, pretty cool Skywrath set, I think. I'm really liking it. Oh yeah, the chain will have physics as well, of course, so it'll be jumping about all over. Please, the Nature's Prophet? No, man, I can't show you the Nature's Prophet stuff right now. I can't. Not yet. So yeah, actually the Zbrush for the shield looks a lot better. Let me show you that. Because what I showed you guys was a very early texture for it, so it looks kind of weird. We're gonna make it look a lot better. Oh crap. Here's our shield. Here's our sculpting Zbrush for the shield. Here is an earlier version of the shield where I started just kind of blocking in the creeps, and the rest of it hasn't been done yet in this shot, of course. That's even an older version of it. These are Nyx, Mummy Nyx, and the Midas in Zbrush that we did. And this is a Death Prophet set that is gonna have ghost crow wings on the back. You guys were working on that a month or two ago. Because this was initially going to be for our hero bundles, but we ended up switching her out for, I think, Sniper? Or somebody else. Who was it? I forget who we replaced for her. But anyways, yeah, we're still working on her. So she should be pretty cool. And yeah, imagine Crow is. And the Ghost, instead of Lady Ghost, we're going to have Crow Ghost flying about when she does her ultimate. That'll be really cool for her. So yeah, there's our Skywrath. And we're unwrapping him, I guess. I guess I didn't unwrap the swords yet. Maybe we can work on that. Or maybe we should open up our Zbrush. Legion Commander. You guys probably want to see that. So Zbrush for our cape. And our bracer, our shoulder strap and ring, and the start of the helmet which I guess we should maybe finish tonight, so that Enemy can bake this maybe tomorrow. So maybe we'll finish detailing it tonight, and then get back to the Brewmaster tomorrow. Yeah. Because I'm getting tired too, but we should definitely try and finish this guy. I mean, it's almost there. It's just really doing the rest of the detail for it and kind of cleaning it up. It's looking pretty good. Make the key a picture of Vengeful? No, I can't do that well. But maybe when we make a Vengeful spirit set, maybe we have like a the key locket, you know, like on her heart. So then we join both sets together a little bit. Hey, what's up, Artless? Welcome to the LiveWorkshop, man. Hey, and thanks for that follow. I missed it, man. I'm sorry. Put a dent in the helmet. I think I put a little one on the back. Oh yeah, I kind of started doing some dents. But yeah, parts of the helmet are mirrored and parts of them are not. So the top part is mirrored. You can see. If you see it from this angle completely there, the two slashes, the two circles. So I need to hide that a little bit more with some more detail in the center. And the left to side back here are also mirrored, so I'm kind of keeping myself from doing too much detail here in the back, because then you'll be able to tell right away. The whole front blade face is actually unique. So from this line up here to the back, it starts getting mirrored, and from this line to the back, it gets mirrored. So this is unique, and this strip is unique. So that's why, like right here, see how that slash, I kind of stopped it there. I did that on purpose so that that's where this slash kind of takes over. And this slash actually hides the seam line a little bit. And over here, it's gonna be this line here, and this slash over here, where the seam line would appear. But this can continue freely. So it should work. Yeah, well, that's it. What about a big dent? The big dent would have to be in the front, because that's the unmirrored section. If I put it on the side, then the dent would be on both sides. And I don't really want to put a huge dent in the front. Because if it's a huge dent, that means I would have to add polygons for the low poly version of it. And we're completely out of polygons for it, so there's that to think about. Anywhere you can download this meta cap, it looks pretty cool. I just found that online, man. I'm sure it's like on all their materials that you can download from their website, or from Zbrush Central, or no, I think it's just from Pixelogic. But if you just can do a search for it, it's called QW_pewter. Break a piece of the helmet. Again, man, we're out of polygons. We can't be adding more polygons by cutting away pieces, because then you have to do the inside of those pieces and the back faces, and then you start adding a lot of polygons that way. And yeah, we're completely out of polygons. I'm sorry. What's my opinion about Mudbox? Mudbox is cool, man. I started on Mudbox, but then I transferred over to Zbrush because I just found it to be stronger. What are we doing?
Here and now, I loved you all along. I threw away my crown. I lost my sanity. You're my king.
All right, that's a little better. Warm up a little bit here. You use Zbrush in like over a week. Going to turn that down. To put my smoothness about 60% too. But softer, less aggressive, gives more control. Okay, a little bit of a pattern here. It starts kind of losing the fact that it's mirrored. A little bit better. Then what we want to do is start adding some of these detail, this kind of like cut-ins, this aging, decrepitness of the metal across mostly towards the edge of our model here. And then just push it a little bit, oh my god, towards the outside. Make a nice little bit of framework for us. Oh, come on, Zbrush. Fly, man. And maybe around the framework of the eye as well, a little bit more. And then not just little circles, but you know, kind of eat away at it a little bit and give it a little bit more of a, even a little bit of a direction, I want to say. And for some of this stuff, you would be able to use some of the alpha textures, you know, and use some other brushes to do it a lot faster. But in some cases, you want to just do it by hand and make it look more organic. I mean, it's not gonna take us a super long time, so I think we're cool with it. Yeah, Autodesk has awful interfaces, I agree. You just get used to them over time. Yeah. Yeah, this is Legion Commander. Make part of your little circles a little bit deeper. You know, you're adding direction to that hole, not just adding holes everywhere, right? It's got a little bit of depth to it. It will actually create a more interesting ambient occlusion pass on it. You know, have a darker, one of the sides will be darker. Nice little trick. Prepping metal. I mean, if you do searches for Spartan helmets, you know, like from the movies specifically, you'll see a lot of this stuff that I'm doing right here. This kind of directional holes in the helmets and under shields and things like that. And I mean, when we do our texture, we'll actually we'll have the option of either keeping, you know, the amount of darkness that each hole has, or painting over it a little bit to make it smoother, or just to delete them altogether. You know, we still have the option of getting rid of them later on. So having them here is actually really good, really smart. And not all of them have to be deep or have direction on them, but just trying to make it look more organic. You know, these weren't actually placed by people. Just what happened to the helmet over time, or the way that it was built. It wasn't like completely polished, maybe, I don't know. Could be any of those things. Just makes it look more part of the world. This happened to it, you know. Not just smooth and there's some slashes on it and then we're done. Take it a step farther. See, I want to stay away from the front. I want to do just the mirrored side first. So then I can just take off symmetry and then go to town in the front. I don't have to worry about switching back and forth and whether I forgot to put on the symmetry. You know, it's always, I mean, it happens to everybody. So let's not worry about it, and we'll just do one part and then we'll do the other one. This is a way to avoid it. Manny, is your account Sid Happens? Yes, yes it is.
Your heartbeat drives me insane. I feel you taking over.
Oh, hey, Gumbata. Welcome back. Sold Arcana for LC, waiting for your set. Oh man, Daga. That's really nice. That's quite the compliment.
I feel you taking
That's not how you type shit. We also can't go super tight. Like if we want these guys to show up on our bacon in game. At least for the bigger ones that are closer to the edge, we have to make them a little bit bigger than we usually would for a cinematic character. So that's actually something that I battle with quite often with Dota stuff. I'm so used to doing the higher resolution stuff and the more realistic stuff that I mess up sometimes on my Dota model sculpts that I need to fix later on the texture. I just have to keep that in mind. More often, at least.
I feel you taking
Man, you need a Sith command. What's the Sith command do, Abyss?
our bodies getting closer. Your heart
What character are we doing for your Dendi? We haven't said yet, Daga.
feel you taking over. I feel you rushing through my veins.
We're still figuring that out.
Closer. Your heartbeat drives me insane. I feel you taking over.
Actually, I know exactly where the line is here, so let's work on this side, even though it's mirrored, but that line actually helps him quite a bit. I think we did a little too many over here. I want to clean this guys up a little bit. A little too busy here. I don't like it. Mistakes were made. No space was created. Clean it up a little bit. Much better. Oh, like for actual Star Wars kind of stuff? Alright, Abyss, I get it, man. I get it. Oh, excuse me. What the hell? I'm back under Zbrush. I think some of these holes actually need to be a little bit darker, so we bring more attention to those. Because if we keep them all over, then everything looks the same detail-wise for the whole layer at least. So if we make some of them really deep and in relation a lot darker for ambient occlusion, then we're actually kind of muting the other ones, and it doesn't look as overbearing with little holes and details. So by making this deeper, actually creates lowers the amount of busyness, believe it or not. But we'll just kind of do a little bit of directional detail here with this deepness, and it will kind of mute away the other guys a tiny bit more. It's a little trick. The music is too loud? What, really? Turn it down already? Turn it down a bit more? Might have just been that one song though. Some songs are louder than other ones, I think, on Monster Cat. So that gets a little bit out of my control, man. Like this one's a lot lower, right? I mean, even though I turned down the volume a tiny bit, but still, it sounds even lower. Forgot about Camp 2 here on our Actually, let's switch over to this HUD. There we go. Got Zbrush now on the cogwheel. Hey man, first time viewer here, I'm digging your sculpting. Have you done any Naga sets? And where can I view your other sets? No, we haven't made any Naga sets yet. Our other sets you can check out over at LiveWorkshop.com. You can see a bunch of other sets that we created. or if you look right below the information there's a blue button there, and if you hit that, you can vote on the stuff that we finished and submitted. But there's a lot of stuff that we haven't finished and submitted, so you can see that on our stream broadcast archive. And sadly, we have about another 100 videos that we haven't uploaded yet. But yeah, a lot of work still going up. Yeah, Coach. If you have the time, definitely doing stuff like the detail by hand rather than by just stencils or alpha maps. I don't know. If you have a lot more control for it, and it looks just better. You know, it's more organic. And you know, using alpha maps for a lot of Zbrush stuff is great. You know, I use it a lot. But sometimes, I don't know, it's just better to do it by hand, I find. Especially for things that you see a lot of other people doing. Like if you use like the same alpha for the same stencil and just plaster it everywhere. Like the zip, like you see this, like somebody that did some alpha mask using the zipper brush. And they used it like one of the default stitching alphas, right? You see that stuff everywhere, so your stuff just looks like you use that. Like people can tell, you know, at least a lot of artists that do Zbrush stuff, they can tell that you use that stuff, and yeah, you know, make your own alphas at that point is what I like to do. Or yeah, for other little things like this, just doing it by hand. And if it starts getting busy in too many points, we can take it away in Photoshop, like I was saying. Or even in here, you can just run your smooth, maybe just on half of the detail. And keep, you know, you still keep the detail there, but you kind of blur it a little bit by smoothing it just on half of it. And you actually start giving it more directions. Like that one right there used to be whole, I just blurred the bottom part. And now we give it even more direction, not just with the deepness of it, but excuse me, with the surface actually smoothing out into the deep part. The same with this guy over here. See, and give him the direction towards the center. Perhaps that might look cool. So we'll start doing it with this guys. And with this bottom guys down here. If it's getting too repetitive over here, I probably want to clean this up a little bit. I'm a little too busy, my liking. Maybe this guy we get rid of. That's running a little bit better. This one helps me see a little bit of the shininess that will be baking into it. You run a line across it for the specular. Does it take that long to upload videos? It can be very time consuming because of all the thumbnails I need to create. I not only upload them on YouTube, but then also have to upload them to the website and connect the two, and yeah, it gets a little time consuming. And I have a million other things to do as well, not just upload the videos and do the thumbnails for them and update the website with them. And after design the new, I mean, I'm not gonna go through the list of the shit that I need to do too, but spread pretty thin. Sure, man, I can show the whole model. Now, we don't have all the items in this scene for Zbrush, but I can show you the model in Softimage if you want. This is just a couple of the items. I actually can't wait to get to the hair, honestly, on her, because I wanted those little straps, little leather straps every now and then. I think they're gonna look really, really good. So here, let me show you on soft. Not our Skywrath. Our Legion. Where is she? There she is. Yeah, ignore the shield. It's a very early texture, but you can see the set a little bit closer. Separate items. We have it on the back of the that too. But I guess the cape is the farthest one along, at least texture-wise. Actually, Abyss has it running in game, so we could show it on there if we can get a gif of that. Her running around the game with her cape up and the shield and the new pose that we set up for her. Cyrus, welcome, man. Thank you for the follow. Are those little dots gonna transfer over visually? Yeah, man, absolutely. Especially when you see it into the avatar, because her face is right there. And when you zoom in, you're able to see them. And they also look nice when we do our marketing piece for it. I mean, from far away, you won't really be able to see them. It'll just be a little bit darker on the edges, so it'll create a little bit of a gradient from far away for us. But yeah, from far away, it's more like about the big details, right? Like the slashes that we have on there, the framework of the helmet, the larger cuts that we set up on there. The design of that frame, you know, creating those silhouettes, the doubled forehead piece there, and yeah, like the big slashes still show up from a distance. But yeah, for the avatar view, and when you zoom in, you'll see a little bit of that detail come through in the ambient occlusion and on our light maps that we then use to texture. Thank you, Zliss, and welcome, Enti. Oh, is that E3? Ah, god damn it, I'm sorry, man. Look at this one. Ideal? What's up, man? Good morning. You, my friends. But Froggy? Alright. That's an easy name, thank you, man. I appreciate the easy names. I fucked so many of them up. You guys don't even know. Whoops. Actually want to get more in the center here. Those for this one. Alright. More default kind of busy decrepitness along the edge. A couple of slashes here. Make it more of a pattern for this section since it's mirrored. Don't want to get too unique, otherwise the mirroring will be super visible. Pretty tough sometimes. Get away from that. Oh my god. Vandalu, welcome. Good to have you. Well, who did I miss? Cherry Popper, that's who I missed before. And Sirs, Bastre, Salidency, Zebanus, Gigazima, Aporo 30, Crazy European, I guess. It's spelled a little weird, but welcome, guys. Thank you so much for the follows. Hope you guys like a little Zbrush. We've been doing design low poly work most of the night. Just finally now started working on, or I guess finishing up really, our Legion Commander Spartan that we started not too long ago. That looks pretty neat. Probably needs a little more. And then we'll start doing a little bit more of the directional stuff. Right now I'm just kind of sculpting in the details and the gradient of where they live. And then we can start kind of pulling some of them out, maybe making them deeper towards one side. smooth out towards the outside. Always looks really good for old metal. It almost looks like damage, but it's not. But it does look really, really good. This kind of old metal, medieval kind of metal. Give a little bit of a lip to this lash. Big to this one. I mean, what I'm doing right now is basically I'm kind of painting the detail, because if I do it now, that means I won't have to do it in Photoshop. In Photoshop, I'll just be able to delete it or maybe duplicate in some sections and just touch it up. But yeah, basically I'm kind of painting this for our texture right now, not really for the sculpt. This will get baked down into our shadows and into our lighting paths and create nice little bumps that I can then go in Photoshop and highlight more if I want it to look a little bit, you know, bring more attention to that particular damage or decrepit section of the helmet. I can riff off some of these slashes into the holes as well if I want. We haven't really damaged the back all too much, so maybe I'll start damaging this back part a bit more. Actually dropped the helmet, and you know, part of this section's got dented. So it's not brand new and pristine, you know. Vandalu, hello, really like your work. Thank you, man. Very nice of you to say. What are the standard Dota maps needed for a model? Oh, there you go. Abyss hooked you up with the guide for the different materials. There's Mask 1, Mask 2, the color map, the normal map, and inside Mask 1 and Mask 2, you have the red, green, and red channels and the alpha channels. So in those two masks, there's 8 textures. So for each, so that's another 4 textures you gotta worry about. And they control things like the rim lighting, the specular strength, the specular size, sorry, the colored spec, detail maps for like panning stuff and crazy little effects like that. What else is there? Transparencies. That's on, actually no, that's on the alpha on your diffuse channel. But yeah, you can read that link and learn all of them precisely. Hey Buzzy, welcome. Yeah, Dota 2 hero set that we're creating. For the hero is Legion Commander. Getting a little dotty in the back. I'm gonna clean this guy off a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna do another pass over those guys with kind of like a slash tool. It's called the Orb Cracks tool, and it's a little bit of like ink painting. So I always like to do that pass after I have all the detail kind of lined up. I'll show you guys how I do that in a bit. We'll just finish up all this holes, all this aging on the metal first. little more aggressive with this brush. Not to think about it too much, just kind of, if I work faster, I find when I do my detail for Zbrush, for things like this, when I do it manually, it's almost better if you just kind of blur your eyes a little bit and just change from the position where you're making that detail. And that's where you see that, you know, where it should be, where some of it's not really like reading too much, you know, just throw a little bit over there and keep moving around. And if you work fast and try to think less while doing this stuff, I find I do a lot better random work than if I try to think about it. It's like, okay, where will it look more random? I mean, sometimes you do have to do that, but if you're doing the overall piece, I find that it's better when I just kind of, you know, throw them around and then just make them, polish them up afterwards. Can always erase them. I think I have too many over here, especially near the edge. I'm gonna clean this guys up a little bit. I probably got a little deep there. Just too many here are the same size. Maybe we'll delete that guy. Maybe do some tiny dudes here. Oops. Maybe we'll put a little bit of a pattern here. They look, create a different kind of detail. Hide the eye this way. Ah, don't save now. That looks better. Okay. Gonna need to have a little bit deeper line here. Whoops, slash. Don't like the slash tool anymore. That's that up. Then we can use a little bit of, well, about half the strength of that. Do a little bit of a metal wrinkle. Already kind of started here. emphasize it a little bit more. A little too weak there. Little wrinkles. Who knew? This is for Legion Commander Cheesecake. Alright, now we're gonna do our pass over those holes that I was talking about. Our little bit of an ink pass on them. Are showing up a lot nicer, but I mean that's how Zbrush works for most things. You start with your subdivision 2 or 3, and you start just really blocking in the volumes, and your model's gonna look like shit, and you're gonna be like, this is never gonna look good. But you are actually working towards that final look on each step, so you have to be okay with your model looking really crappy at first. And this kind of translates to what I'm doing right now with those holes. When I first drew them on there, there's like, it just looks like a bunch of holes everywhere. But the more we start running, our other tools on our next steps for detailing those holes, not just drawing holes, you actually start seeing them really come out and take the shape and the design that we're actually going for. Unable to record brush strokes. Okay, that doesn't sound good. Maybe we should save our work. I think I was just working too fast, and Zbrush like, whoa, hold up, man. Something's up. Oh, are you gonna crash? Really? Yep. Something's really wrong with Zbrush now. Unable to record brush strokes. What the fuck does that even mean? I've never even seen that before. What? Brushstroke error. Alright, well hopefully we save that. We usually save a lot more than that. Okay, it's okay. Oh man, I have no more drinks. How many contests have I won? I don't really enter a contest all that often, or actually I can't even remember the last time I did enter a contest. Come on, Zbrush. Don't corrupt the file. Yeah. All right, now let's hope our brush works now. Yeah. Our numbers are a little bit weird now, but that's okay. Set our shit back. Oops. Oh. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Our undo is broken, so I actually find a way to fix that. There we go. I completely lost my train of thought of what I was trying to explain to you guys. I think it was about worrying about the steps of your detail, not just the steps of your subdivisions. But yeah, just don't worry about, even when you start doing your detail, it starts looking like shit. Work in steps, you know, get the base for it down, and then work yourself towards the inking, if you will, if you're trying to make those things really stand out or kind of highlight some areas, kind of like what we're doing right now. And Milden, thank you. Me too. How do you decide on what items to do next for which hero? Do you just look at which hero is most popular at the moment? No, I mean, we take that into consideration, obviously, right? But it's mostly about what, well, I guess two things. Really depends if we're working with a pro team or a team or a player, and what kind of heroes they want, because those are the heroes that they use, and that's what we want to help them with. And also, if we have a really good idea for a hero that is just going to be really, really unique, it doesn't matter if we don't really use that hero ourselves, or if it's not like top 3 of the most used heroes, you know. A lot of things are taken into consideration. For example, the Brewmaster that you guys saw earlier tonight. Brewmaster is like 99th on the ranking list for heroes most used, but we're still making a set for him. I mean, that's another thing, is like, you know, the set doesn't really have I think there's only 2 sets out for that hero, for Brewmaster. So I mean, we only found that out after we were talking to this pro player about his Brewmaster set. But that didn't really deter us from telling the guy that's like, you know, this guy doesn't really get played, you know, like a crazy amount like everybody else, so we're not gonna do it. It's like, oh man, we'll still do it. I think we can make something really cool, help him out. Also, Dendi asked us to help him out, so I said yes. I should not be crossing over there because I still have my symmetry tool on. I'm gonna go back over here to these holes. Part of this got a little mushy over here for metal, so I'm gonna kind of fix it up. Not very. A little mushy. Yeah. There's not a lot of polygons there, so when I was trying to do some detail, it just got muddy. There we go. I feel like there's a lot of like kind of holes on the same level across here. So I think I should kill some of them. This guy here. And that looks pretty good now. Just that extra one there, it was creating a whole line together, so maybe we move that detail over here. And maybe over here. Please make a Jakiro set. Not available in the workshop, man. Sorry, I can't. Abyss, are you working on the Headless Horseman effects, or is someone else working on it? Absolutely, Abyss made all the special effects for the hero. Yep. Check Skype. What? Where? Oh, the GIF. Abyss mentioned the GIF. Alright, let's check it out. Oh shit! So I mean, you guys see some checkerboard on the texture, and it's an old cave texture. It doesn't have like the alphas or the stuff that I did for it, but you can see all the meshes attached to our Legion Commander and skinned, and our new pose, and the crazy amount of work that Abyss has been doing for the cape, which I think is looking fantastic, even though it's been technically pretty difficult. But what do you guys think? You guys tell him what do you think, because he's been double guessing himself a lot lately. Yeah, so we did a new idol pose, so she has her shield and her spear right over the top of it. And we still need to tweak her run and her her fast run. She's bored, too tired. Her sprint, her haste. Fuck, took way too long. But I mean, it's already feeling really awesome. We just have to kind of like maybe angle the arm up a little bit and lower the wrist so that we get a nicer, more open kind of feel on the spear when she's running forward. And that will also prevent it from running into the cape a little bit. But yeah, all the little tweaks that we're working on, it's almost there. Looking great. Ace Rune run, yeah, eventually I got to it, Whalebone, thank you. Abyss. Ah, man. I mean, I like doing this kind of stuff because this is the stuff that I'm really good at when I'm making more cinematic characters. So when I get to do this kind of stuff, even a little bit, you know, this is not like the full amount of detail that I would do. I usually go like crazy detailed on like different kind of game engines or poster work or things like that. But when I get to do even at this level for Dota, it's one of the most enjoyable things that on the sculpting process for me. And I know in game it's not gonna read all that much. I mean, this level, the other stuff, the other like bigger detail will read, and it's designed for that, obviously. But there's little stuff that you'll see maybe a little bit on the avatar view, or when people zoom in, or when we do with the loading screen. I think it's worth it. And I enjoy doing it too. And people get to learn how I do this kind of detail, if they're not working on Dota, if they're working for something else. You know, so it's got many good benefits for not just us, but for the people that we tend to help. See, with that little bit of inking pass that I do on my sculpt, see how much sharper some of those sections are looking now? Reading a lot better. I think I'm gonna make this part a little... Holy crap, that's a little too much. Too close. Sharpen this edge a little bit and kind of separate the bottom brim just a tad more from the middle section of the helmet. Not in a straight line because that would be boring. I'm just kind of going with the detail and pushing it a bit more in some of those sections. And in some cases it actually eats right up into that detail and completely separates them. Whoa, oh, we're sideways. There we go. I don't need that stronger. There we go. And with all the design work that we've been doing, when you're doing design work, whether you're doing illustrations for like paintings and figuring out where you put stuff or how you design a wing of a robot or a plane or how you design a building, it's actually way more taxing on your brain when you do design work. You get mentally tired and exhausted way faster. When you do things that you're just used to doing like a lot, like whether it's like just drawing a human or figure drawing or doing detail work, in this example, it's mindless work. You know, it's easy work. So you're able to do it way longer, and you don't have to be like, it doesn't take that much patience, even though, like, you know, for the most part, artists are really, really patient people. But it's you're able to do this way longer because it's not really tiring your brain in terms of design and really trying to think about all those things. You know, it's just, it comes almost like a muscle reflex, adding this kind of detail stuff, whether you're doing it for a painting or for a model. So this part is just really, really easy. And we're with a whole bunch of design stuff today, so this is most welcome work. I like doing this part. Give the link for the LCs. No, Dugga. Good lord. No. You get to wait like everybody else, man. When we put out the links publicly, we kind of want to make sure that they have like closer to finished textures and things like that. You know, passing that around is not gonna really help us out. So yeah, it's better if you wait, man. Just wait for us to finish it. I'd really appreciate it. Any luck coming up with a name for the set? Nope, I haven't even thought about it, man. But we've been jumping around a whole bunch of other stuff, and yeah, I haven't really even thought about this one. A name for this legion. So I can tell you something cool. For her attack animations, me and Abyss were brainstorming, and for her, when she battles somebody with her ulti in the game, for her, when she wins, she actually has a different attack. And she, her current attack right now, when she wins a duel, she jumps up in the air and like does like this huge like slam kind of slash attack. So I think what we're thinking of doing for her is like opening up like her shield and her lance and just like kicking the shit out of whoever she's fighting, you know, Spartan kind of style. So I don't know, we'll try that. If it works, great. If not, we'll have to do something more dramatic or more visible, maybe. I don't know. Protector of the Dents. I don't know, man. I think she's like the creator, keeper of the Dents. I don't know. I don't know, man. I should participate in a spinning pen contest. No, I'm not even that good, man. I only know like 2 tricks, but this one actually helps me relax the other muscles in my hand, because if I work too much on Zbrush or with a Wacom tablet pen, my hands will start hurting after a while. So spinning the pen on my fingers actually relaxes it. So that's probably why I'm good at that trick. It actually helps me out. Oops. I completely missed the edge there. Let's take off symmetry. Actually, no, let's not take off symmetry yet. Do the edge work that we actually do want across both sides. Across the bottom here. For this side as well. Mess that up too. Oh, one brush stroke. Awesome. Okay. Didn't even notice you were spinning the pen? Yeah, I don't even notice when I do it, really. Become habit. What do I think about Blender? Is it good for beginners? Yes, it's great for beginners because number one, it's free. Number two, it can do a lot of different things that you would have to pay a lot of money for, and it can actually do high polygon stuff like Zbrush. I mean, obviously nowhere near to the level, but it can help you get started and understanding how it works. So that's kind of like a neat thing that Blender can do. The UI is really bad, but I guess if you don't know any other programs, it's gonna be that you have to learn the UIs anyway. So not a deal breaker by any means, but a heads up. How are we doing on time? Whoa, is that 3:40? Holy fudge. It's getting late. I did not think it was that late. Thought it'd be maybe almost 3. Hoping to finish this detail tonight. But we actually designed almost a whole Brewmaster, so that's actually kind of cool too. Let's take off the symmetry and finally do this side. Blender's UI is the biggest enemy. I'm a beginner here. I want to learn some basics, but don't know how. I mean, any program that you pick up, you know, whether you get like the most popular ones like Maya, 3D Max, or you get something like XSI that like I use, or Blender, you can just look for beginner tutorials on YouTube and Vimeo and all those video websites. That's the best way to get started, man, and do something simple and just learn, you know, learn the basics. Learn how to make low poly stuff and learn what edges are, and start doing some volume stuff and inorganic things, which are a lot easier to do. Like a simple little sword or a chair. Just learn the program before you try to get good at sculpting. If you try to do both, you're gonna quit.
See your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. The only thing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now.
Chase the wind and touch the sky. A star's light shines on long after it dies. Oh, in the night, I live every day as if it's your last. Our memories been bright like beacons of the past. Oh, in the night, now we race against the sun. Now we
Have I looked into Valkyries? If in any case you decide to change this Spartan name or theme, you could always go for a Scandinavian Viking theme. For this particular set, actually we're making a Viking theme for Undying. So, and actually not only for Undying, but possibly also for our Spirit Breaker. So we got that covered, man. Love the Scandinavian and Viking style. I've actually been watching the show Vikings lately. I mean, and I know it's not historical accurate by any means or anything, but they have some cool stuff.
against the sun, now we race against the sun, race against the sun, now we race against the sun, now we race against the sun, now we race against the sun.
Make the spear into a trident or a fork, just to make the Viking helmet without the horns, please. Oh, you mean for the Undying set? He doesn't have a weapon, but actually I put a sword on him that he drags behind him. But yeah, no tridents or forks for her or for Dirge. The Living Daylights, what's up, man? What version of Zbrush is this? This is R5, I think. Hold on, this is kind of... It never maximizes to the full size. Yeah, I'm still on 4R5. I haven't tried the new one yet. Symmetry off? Yeah, okay. Back to this material. Hey, Marilyn. Cool, you use that version 2, you do environmental prop modeling. Right on, dude. That's always fun to do. After we do our decrepitness pass here, we will do our inking pass. And I think the helmet will be done after that. I mean, looking pretty decent. Maybe we'll emphasize the large detail, the large cuts a little bit more, and then we should be good. Then tomorrow we can do the cloth piece and maybe work a little bit on the Brewmaster more if I come up with something to do for that staff. And maybe we finish doing the UVs on the Skywrath. We'll see where we jump. Hey, Serenophore, what's up, dude? You're here late. Almost 4 in the morning here, man. We gotta finish this soon. Crap, maybe we should finish the. I know, I don't want to split it up into another. Let's just go. Let's just go. Do it. Work a little bit faster. When we're gonna finish our chest. The chest that we're working on will be after TI5, yeah. But we're working on 4 or 5 sets that we'll be trying to push for TI5. It's 12 o'clock over there. You woke up at noon? Not bad. Long night, man, or just lazy? Oh my god. Yep, my mom just woke me up. Lazy bastard. Must be nice, man. Actually, the question is, what time did you go to bed? Because if you went to bed super late, then I can sympathize with you. But if you went to bed like at, you know, midnight or 11, you've been sleeping for like 13 hours. Holy shit. Actually, let's save our work. Thinking bad about that. I'm a student, leave me alone. I went to bed at 3. Alright, man, alright. 3 o'clock, alright. See, that's not too bad, that's not too bad. Oh, what the fuck? Really? Q, are you misclicked it and now it's God knows where? Okay. Oh no. Okay. Where were we? Actually, let's do a little bit of the ink work on the front. This is almost there. Some of that directional stuff we were talking about earlier. That are just random circles all over. And when you do this, you can actually add a little bit of line, get better direction for that detail. That is just randomness. It's just, oh, it's cool because there's a lot of detail on it. You gotta design your detail as well. Otherwise, you're just doing lazy detail, lazy work. I mean, unless you don't really need it, obviously, right? And it's not lazy at all. Whoops. I don't want that line there. Iron Helm from the old Golden Age. The other day I was talking to somebody about that old school Sega game, Golden Axe, which was an arcade game first, but then it came out for the Sega Master System, I want to say, or was it Sega Genesis? I think it was the Master System. And we were talking about how we just like completely just remember the between levels you have like the bonus levels and you be like sleeping in your camp, right? And little elves would come about and like steal your loot, and you'd have to like wake up and kick them around and get your loot back, and then extra loot that they had, and that was like your bonus points or your bonus vials, or like blue vials, I guess, for your ultra spell. But yeah, very fun memories of Golden Axe. I was, oh god, how old was I? I think I was like 7 years old. Remember playing Golden Axe? And Ghosts and Goblins. Good times, man. This is back when games were actually difficult and you actually felt some sort of like accomplishment when you beat it. And, you know, the game didn't have to hold your hand all the way through the freaking game and throw 20 freaking tutorials in your face. Ugh. All that stuff is just so tasteless now. Treat gamers like complete idiots. Most games. Some guys do it really, really well. My opinion, anyway. Should put an arrow sticking out of the knee? No, man, we're not gonna continue that internet joke. As much as I like it and I enjoy it, I don't think we need to push it into Dota. Into the dotes. Oh, I just totally fucked that up. Kinda fixed it. Games were relatively short. Some of them were. But I mean like the Ninja Gaidens and the... Oh, what was that? Bionic Commando? Metal Gears? Those games weren't really short. I mean, obviously the difficult, but... I mean, Ghost and Goals? Dude, that game is fucking long. And not always because you have like 2 continues only and then you have to restart completely from the beginning, but they were short. Not all of them. But yeah, I mean, I'll agree with you partly there. Some of them were a lot shorter, and maybe that is why they made them so difficult, but I think they were just trying to make the game challenging. I don't think they were trying to make it difficult just for the sake of making you play longer. It's just challenging. When you're challenged, you have more fun, I think. I mean, that's if you're playing with your cousin and he's like, 10 years old. You're like, you might one time, block the shit out of him, just for fun, but you're not gonna do that every single time, right? I mean, it's not fun to just completely dominate somebody like that. So it's like same thing for games, right? Why would you? Is it fun really to just like beat a game so freaking easily with the game holding your hand all the way through? Fuck no. Push in your face! I yell at your little cousin. All right, maybe a couple of times you do that, but. Oh, what the hell was that, Zbrush? Ah! Oh my god, I dropped my pen. Hello from Poland. Hey man, what's up? Hat 6K. Hello from California. I'm gonna make some of these cuts a little bit deeper so they show up a little bit more on the ambient occlusion pass. Guess we haven't done a lot of detail up here, so I think it's the only part missing really detail up here. And then we just do like a quick pass over everything, make sure that we did our ink on the important sections. And we can call this fucking helmet done. Do I play Dota 2? Oh hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, I play Dota 2. Not as much as I would like, but whenever I can, yeah, absolutely. Fallen Maverick. I was talking about like real basketball, but I mean, yeah, same thing applies in video games too. Oh, that's right. There's not a lot of polygons up here. This part's gonna look a little wobbly. Maybe we can fix it a little bit. Not a lot. No, that really eats up into it. Oh well. We'll just fix it in Photoshop. I'm not gonna spend another subdivision for that or retop it. Screw it, we can fix it after. Making a maquette out of this or anything. But what we can do is finish doing the damage up here, the aging. This part is not mirrored, so we can be more diverse, which is awesome. Hey Milden, our friend from Sweden, what's up? Thank you, Milden. Me too, man. Me too. Why would you do that, Zbrush? See what I was saying? Got people from all over the world in here. What's up? Our Russian friend, Arnello. Oh, we're missing the left cheek. That real quick. Oh hell yeah, Maverick! Every stream, man, we got people all over the world here. It's awesome. Love it. Work too fast, it just shoots across the screen. Happens to me so often. Something I haven't been doing is really changing the direction of these holes. And they look a lot better when they have random directions instead of all pointing the same way. I'm gonna try and do that a little bit more. I've never really done this kind of detail, so it's kind of learning at the same time here. Kind of mix and matching different skill or techniques that I know how to make detail. This new one actually works pretty nice. I like it. Video games and design bring people together. Sevenfold. Ah, thank you, man. Hopefully we can do it, man. And yeah, I mean, if you and enough people vote, I'm sure we can make it happen. The framework probably looks a little clean, so let's throw a little bit of bends to it, maybe. Some different kind of bumps. Maybe some crap attached to it. Needs a little bit of stuff back here. A little too untouched. Put some random stuff. looks like we didn't do a flattening edge over here. Well, let's do that real quick. Across here. Mm-hmm. Would you say making Dota 2 sets could be a potential career? Not trying to be rude or by asking, but is income good enough to support a person? It really depends. For some people, yes. For some people, no. This is Zbrush. They're in the cogwheel, man. Be working okay. Holy crap, this is that material has really strong cavity map. Here you go, there's a better example maybe. A little bit of shine to it. This guys will react more with a normal mapping game. If they get too dark in a section, like maybe in here, it might be getting a little too dark, we can just brush over them a little bit with some hues from here and clean it up in some section. This whole part's looking really, really good. Yeah, and here gets a little too busy along this line, so maybe we clean that up a little bit in Photoshop. Back here looks really, really good. The top is nice and a lot cleaner. Less holes, a little less decrepitness on it. There's more of a shine to it. That brushed up more maybe. Should work out. Throw a best render on this and kill the frame rate of the stream. There we go. Okay. Gonna go ahead and take a screen cap of this. See, I'm thinking ahead now for the thumbnails. If I capture these guys in thumbnails, I don't have to go back into the video and capture something or make my own or whatever. But yeah, this actually helps a lot. So, thinking about the YouTube videos for you guys. Hey Kitty, good morning to you, girl. You're catching the end of the stream, unfortunately. We're pretty much finished with this Zbrush helmet. You also missed us working on a Brewmaster set. We started designing a new set for him for a pro player. Oh, and there's some people that I need to talk to on Skype as well. Shite. So yeah, I guess tomorrow maybe we can jump onto, well, we have to start working at the same time on the Skywrath, the Brewmaster, our Ember Spirit, our Windrunner, and this Legion Commander is not a priority right now because she's more for an event that we're trying to do for after TI. So I just want to finish this part, like the helmet, so that enemy can start baking it. And the rest of the set we can work a little bit here and there, but the priority stuff that we need to start turning on to are gonna be, like I said, our Ember Spirit, our Skywrath, our Brewmaster, our Windrunner, and the set that we start for Dandy. You're always on the streams, you just don't talk all that much? You lurker. I know you have a lot of credits, but I haven't seen you in a while. Or at least in a few streams. Welcome, good to have you. Good silencer set. You know what, without colors or anything, it does, the shape is, it's triangular, and from the base up, even though ours is more angular and has different cuts to it and whatnot. But when you see the in-game, and a little bit more colors on it that go with the rest of the set, it pulls away from the silencer. Especially with her crazy cape. And especially when you see her moving in-game, like this thumbnail here. Can I show the Ember Spirit set? You know what, not yet. I think we've shown a little bit of it before, but a lot of it is really reliant on the special effects that we're doing for it. Because if you know, Pai Mei, the character from the Kung Fu movies, and also made an appearance on Kill Bill. If you see the way his mustache is and his beard, and his hair from, we did a bun on the top of his head, and then we did like a really long hair from his back. So all those are really extended out, and they're actually special effects. They're kind of like not burning, but like glowing, hair, super yellow and bright. So we're still still adding those guys to the mesh. And when we add those guys to the mesh, and we start doing, we'll probably do a little bit of Zbrush actually here on the live workshop. So I'll show you that at that point, I guess. But yeah, I'm not gonna load up right now. Good job, Abyss. Negative credits. Oh, and the cape looks, yeah, he's doing an awesome job on the cape. I noticed the actual idol stance at the end. With the shield in front, the eyes just barely showing through. The lance right over the top. I think it's pretty powerful. Alright guys, for the people that didn't see the Brewmaster, I'll show you guys real quick how far we went on it. And actually, I will also show you the bench or the Skywrath for VC Gaming. Here we go. This is an older version of this set, so the lenses are freaking huge. They're not going to be that big, but he's going to be wielding dual swords. He's got a chain with a key going into his heart from his armor. He's going to have his loincloths animated through physics in the game engine, as well as special effects wings. These are just placeholder. And the key and the chain will also have physics for the engine, so you'll see it bounce around and move about when he turns around and all that stuff. Should be pretty cool. Pretty happy with the design for this guy. Came out pretty good. And then we have the Brewmaster that we just started today. So this is for a different pro player. But yeah, we have we're putting this mug at the end of his staff. We're gonna do still a new staff. That's still kind of like the default one. And we're gonna have foam and beer splashing and falling out of the cup as he moves around and as he fights with it and hits people over the head with his mug. We put ropes over his hands. We have a whole new belt, cummerbund thing covering his big beer belly. We did a whole new leather covering for his torso, which was just like white and whatever before. That's the default. Oh, this is also new. We put the ribbon to actually connect on the back as well as on the front. And we did a new barrel with spikes on it and a fork on the front, which is going to be really cool. We're also going to have, between the cracks, some of the beer is going to be flowing out, or not flowing out, but dripping out, so that would be really cool to see at all times. And we also gave him, he's made him blind, so he's a blind brewmaster. Here's his default eyes. They're so colorful. But yeah, we're going to make him blind, I think. It'd be kind of neat. So yeah, it's our pro player brewmaster. We haven't announced for what player it is yet, but we'll tell you as soon as we can. Okay. Cool. I'll just leave this up for you guys. And yeah, we're gonna sign out for tonight. It's way too late. I didn't think we'd go this far, but at least we finished that helmet. It's 4:30 in the morning here. I'm gonna get some sleep, wake up, take care of some stuff. Actually, I need to talk to some people on Skype before I go to bed. But hopefully we'll come back tomorrow, guys. At least for a few hours, and we'll work on either Brewmaster or more Legion Commander Zbrush stuff. Make sure you guys give us a follow. Check out LiveWorkshop.com. You want to see past broadcasts. Check out our Facebook page. Throw us a like. We throw a whole bunch of like work in progress stuff there. If you missed some things that we worked on, if you missed the live stream, we also promote other artists that we try to help out at the Live Workshop, and we post funny stuff from Dota. So yeah, throw us a like on our Facebook page, guys. You can all those channels can be found on our main hub over at LiveWorkshop.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys. Proofers, you wanna come up here? Wanna say goodbye to the stream? Who is that? Who is that? Oh, kisses. Kisses from Proofers. Okay. Oh, God, why the mouth? Alright, guys. Good night. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.